Well, hit or miss showers happening today along I-90. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake triggers tsunami alerts from Japan to Alaska as people scramble to higher ground. And the push for more public security cameras in La Crosse coming up, why a city foundation is ramping up surveillance they want to by the river. And the Fed decides on interest rates today as President Trump keeps pushing for cuts, how the central bank is responding to White House pressure. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, July 30th. Hope your Wednesday's off to a good start. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. You might need to have the umbrella handy heading out today.
Yes, ma'am. Like I always carry mine in my backpack. You should do the same. In fact, we have hit or miss showers. So folks that are up by Eau Claire, you may have a shower or two. And some folks, as you get to the central zone, all the way down to the southern zone, you could get down to maybe a storm as well in your forecast. So please take a look at what I've got going on here for you. You can see some showers came through. They were pushing winds of 55 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. That will continue possibly with another batch coming back again within the next hour, hour and a half or so. You can see the lightning associated with that as well. We'll get into observed winds, as I mentioned, the sustained winds holding on to up to about 12 to 13 miles per hour. Not very strong there, but I showed you earlier Dubuque, Iowa, the winds were very gusty there, holding on to 17 mile per hour wind gusts thus far reported. As you get into it, Decorah was 17 miles per hour reported, and everybody else up to the north, not so much by La Crosse or even by Eau Claire. We have alerts and advisory in play here, an air quality alert until 5 p.m. Saturday. That is due to the wildfire smoke that is up in Canada, working its way into the area here as high pressure continues to build. That's going to keep some of that smoke with us going into the next few days, so please be prepared about that. Current temperatures for you right now, 60s, the low 60s to middle 70s in your forecast, and eventually we're going to get into the dew points that are also in the 60s and 70s. So what does that mean for everybody then? Well, first you've got the smoke and haze. You've got that going on. We also have the possibility of, again, more smoke and haze up to the north as we wrap into how this all shapes up. Well, this is what I've got going on for you. Your temperatures for the day are going to be showing on the cooler side, possibly, with temperatures from the low 70s to the mid to upper 70s. Back to you.
An 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit off Russia's coast last night, one of the strongest quakes ever recorded, the highest magnitude since 2011. It triggered a tsunami in the northern Pacific and warnings in Alaska, Hawaii, and other coastal areas. As we take a live look at Tokyo, Japan this morning, all is calm now. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has downgraded the tsunami warning for the state of Hawaii to an advisory. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
In Honolulu, a scramble to seek higher ground. Waves crashed on empty beaches as warnings echoed.
The roads are full, people trying to move. We ask you to stay calm, cooperate, and get to high ground.
We decided to go to elevated ground, and it's kind of just where it's taken us so far. We've passed a couple other gas stations that you can't even get in them.
Tsunami warnings and alerts were issued from Hawaii to the entire west coast of the U.S. after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit off Russia. Officials warned waves could reach up to 10 feet, prompting boats in the Honolulu area to head out to sea. After night fell, there was isolated flooding and areas where the water had receded.
So far, we have not seen a wave of consequence, which is great relief to us.
Hours earlier, a tsunami more than a foot high was detected in over a dozen parts of Japan. Officials warned bigger waves are possible. Some people sought safety on the tops of buildings. The massive earthquake that triggered the waves shook furniture in far eastern Russia. Emergency responders rushed to a damaged kindergarten after the front of the building collapsed. No children were reportedly inside. Jared Hill, CBS News.
So far, there are no reports of serious injuries from the earthquake. Strong aftershocks have been recorded. And here closer to home, the man accused in a shots fired incident at Pettibone Park is bound over for trial. Jared Duddles pleaded not guilty to 6 charges related to the incident, including recklessly endangering safety. Duddles allegedly aimed a gun at someone at the park and fired it toward the river. A Home Depot supervisor is accused of sexually assaulting a teenage employee. Felipe Vasquez Rodas allegedly assaulted and exposed himself to the employee in a parking lot. Vasquez Rodas was placed on administrative leave and faces 3 felonies. He's held on a $2,000 cash bond. The push is on to install more public cameras in La Crosse. If you've been downtown, you've likely seen police cameras. The city currently has a network of 90 of those throughout downtown, and a local foundation is hoping to add more near the river. News 8 Now's Grace Monk reports.
The La Crosse City Vision Foundation is looking to expand their network of cameras. The SafeCam project was started in 2013 after police had to rely on private cameras during an investigation.
If it wasn't for his camera, it wouldn't have made a difference in capturing.
The city currently has a network of 90 cameras. 72 of those were purchased by the foundation, the others belonging to local businesses. Gross says the cameras have helped the La Crosse Police Department solve a number of crimes.
Just a few years ago, we had several people that was shot in a pizza place. Our cameras actually captured the person's face and the car with the license plate.
But after a UWL student fell into the Mississippi River in 2022, the foundation decided to launch SafeCam Phase 2. Last week, 22-year-old Elliot Hines went missing along Front Street. Police spent 3 days looking for Hines, who was eventually located downstream near Brownsville, Minnesota.
At least they would be able to say exactly where the person went in to the Mississippi. I can't tell you that the cameras is going to solve that problem, but it is going to assist the police department in, rescuing and bringing them back.
The foundation now wants to add 5 to 6 cameras near the river. The only thing standing in their way is a $50,000 price tag.
They work very hard to do everything they can for our community. So having cameras for them to assist them capturing, I think is very important.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Donations can be made online or by mail. You can find that information on our website. Governor Tony Evers stopped at Rudy's Drive-In in La Crosse to talk politics and his future. During a roundtable, local leaders and community members said they want more attention on housing and mental health. Evers is using his tour to decide what to prioritize during his final year and a half as governor.
It was a decision that my wife and I and kids, we had good conversation, and I just came to the conclusion that after 50 years I need to spend some time with them.
Evers said he doesn't want to make an endorsement until the primary is over. The Women's Fund of Greater La Crosse awarded a record $117,000 yesterday to 19 programs supporting women and girls. The grants target education, health care, legal aid, and support for women leaving abusive relationships.
We funded 19 programs with our $117,000 this year, 19 programs that are providing support in empowering girls to advocate for themselves, sending low-income women through continuing education, and even just providing additional health care to women and girls in our community.
Organizers say the funding addresses ongoing challenges women face in the La Crosse area. The popular Upper Hickston Pump Track just got a major upgrade. The Outdoor Recreation Alliance completed an expansion based on community feedback. New features include expanded start areas to reduce congestion, a drop zone with 3 skill levels, and a dedicated intermediate jump line. There's also a new all abilities skills area where riders can practice balance and turns.
Pump Track allows you to experience little snippets of those features in a safe area that is easily repeatable. So those skills can develop faster than naturally. It also gives you the confidence to tackle the other trails in our trail system.
The expansion is now open to the public. The 33rd Freedom Honor Flight will be held September 13th. The organization flies La Crosse area veterans to D.C. and back. So far, more than 3,200 have taken the flight.
Our first flight cost an inclusive $130,000. Very doable for us in the early stages.
But for the upcoming flight, the cost is $185,000. There's also 650 vets on the waiting list. You can donate online at freedomhonorflight.org. Time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news, your toilet paper is about to get more expensive, how tariffs are hitting household basics, and consumer confidence climbs despite those tariff worries. A $72 billion railroad merger could create the first transcontinental freight line, but we'll tell you why customers have concerns. And the Federal Reserve announces its interest rate decision today, despite Trump's pressure to cut, why the Fed is standing firm. And for now, tsunami waves are hitting the U.S. West Coast this morning. This is a live look at Tokyo, Japan, though. After an 8.8 magnitude earthquake off of Russia, waves up to 5 feet hit Hawaii overnight, forcing evacuations and flight cancellations. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on this Silverado, plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value, plus $5,250 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
Find comfort in your world in a stressless recliner. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Drury's in Fountain. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless recliner, sofa, or sectional, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. With rapid remission at 12 weeks and less bowel movements and abdominal pain at 4 weeks. Most patients achieve remission at 1 year, and some patients saw visible healing of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Confidence isn't given, it's built. One choice, one moment, one step at a time. How you feel is how you play. It starts with a click. Invisalign.
So that no matter what mess you brought into this church today, no matter what addiction and what struggle, no matter how many times you've doubted God or questioned God, that because of Jesus Christ, God's not holding it over your head. Instead, there is this amazing grace, there is this unconditional love that you and I can say, God doesn't just put up with us. God loves us.
Join Pastor Mike Novotny each Sunday. Watch Time of Grace on Channel 8, WKBT.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Well, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. As we get into your forecast here today, we have a chance of showers this early morning working along I-90. Most of that is more, the heavier bulk of that is more farther south. And then eventually it's been getting into Prairie du Chien with some light showers. You may see some of that come back again for La Crosse, as you can see here locally, and of course Winona. Not so much for Eau Claire. They have a chance of that moving into the forecast. You can see here as we get into it here, mostly you've got the cloudiness giving way to some partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies to finish the day. So you're holding on to 68 degrees to 75 degrees for your forecast. Yes, we are getting cooler today. And I want to say we're going to want to keep getting cooler, but you notice something. We have temperatures possibly for Thursday, as you can see, it's also 79 and maybe 79 for Friday as well. So not much drop in temperatures, but drop in humidity possibly. We get into 80 as well as we go right through Saturday and Sunday, with 81 coming in for Monday, and we finish out the week getting into, or the forecast getting into at least up to the middle 80s to finish out how that goes into Tuesday and Wednesday. In fact, take a look here as we get to La Crosse. We've got shower potential. There was a little storm or two earlier in this, but now it seems to have faded out. But we're looking at drier conditions going into about the 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, so that's stopping there possibly. More cloudiness still holding on, but we'll go into the overnight holding on to drier conditions as it looks right now. Getting into Eau Claire, you have a 20% chance, not much on the ground though out of that. We have another chance coming back in at 10 o'clock, and that's a look at your forecast. More coming about this up in a moment, please, so stick around. You can see the rainfall possibly is meager, about 1/4 of an inch. Back to you.
In your morning consumer news, the Federal Reserve announces its latest interest rate decision this afternoon. Today's vote is getting more attention than usual. Amy Kiley reports it comes amid a clash between the White House and the Fed chair.
He's a lame duck at this point, Powell.
The Federal Reserve is expected to hold rates steady today, despite objections from President Donald Trump. He says either the board should approve cuts or Fed Chair Jerome Powell should resign. Lower interest rates make it more affordable for Americans to borrow money, but economists say they can cause inflation. Powell says that's already a concern due to tariffs. The Yale Budget Lab predicts Trump's new ones this year could result in a 0.5 percentage point drop in real GDP growth.
Those losses mean about $2,700 in increased prices for consumers. Those losses mean fewer jobs in this country and less growth in this country.
Despite numbers like those, Trump is demanding rate cuts. His pressure campaign involves a visit to the Fed headquarters last Thursday. He argues its ongoing renovations are too expensive, and he blames Powell. Many analysts say investors want the chair to make decisions based on data, not politics.
If the numbers don't give him the ammo to go out and cut wildly the way Trump does it, it would be hugely reckless. The markets would immediately come back and say, whoa, what's going on here? We're seeing the full politicization of the Fed on the largest economy on the planet.
Trump says he probably won't try to fire Powell. The chair's term ends in May.
There's only so much he can do between now and then.
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And Trump is set to impose a host of new tariffs Friday. He denies they cause inflation. He says tariffs generate revenue for the U.S. government and encourage domestic production. But consumers have been feeling the pinch from tariffs. The latest prices to be impacted could be laundry detergent and toilet paper. Procter & Gamble announced it's facing a $1 billion hit from tariffs. The company says it'll raise prices on about a quarter of its products by mid-single digits. P&G will try to offset some costs with sourcing changes and productivity improvements. Consumer confidence is climbing despite ongoing tariff concerns, at least according to the Conference Board. They say confidence rose 2 points this month to 97.2. Attitudes about the economy have stabilized, they say, after falling sharply when Trump first unveiled those massive tariffs. Two of the largest U.S. railroads plan a $72 billion merger that would create America's first transcontinental freight railroad. Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern say the deal would benefit customers, but rail customers worry the merger could cause service problems and supply chain disruptions. The deal still needs Trump administration approval. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, we still have the moisture in the upper atmosphere. It's just a matter of getting it into our region and, in fact, getting it back into down to the ground as well. You can see this is still pulling in and circulating around here slowly but surely, but it's mostly brushing areas by Prairie du Chien and then getting down to Dubuque, Iowa, and then trying to get back up to the north up there by Winona and La Crosse. But right now it looks pretty weak. In fact, and we're going backwards here and losing a lot of rainfall that we had potentially for all the way to the 6 o'clock hour, possibly 7 o'clock hour this evening. In fact, you're even seeing Eau Claire possibly showing something for 10 o'clock as a 20% possibility. You get into Menorca, you're seeing holding on to that 73 degree temperature with a storm or two working in the forecast. But you get down to Shelby, not so much. La Crosse holding on to showers. We'll see again the possibility of other locations going farther south. Prairie du Chien still in the storm activity at 74 degrees for you. You have more of those low 70s to at least the middle 70s in your forecast for now. Areas all the way by Richland Center still showing the possibility of storm activity as well, getting into Hillsboro, doing the same, and then back over to areas right by, of course, as you get right back into Steuben, you've got some storm activity there. We'll carry up into areas right by La Crosse again, Trempealeau, shower potential for you there. Holding on to Arcadia, shower potential there, and then Whitehall. You may see something, but it doesn't look too good for you. About a 20% chance maybe as it's showing. Osseo holding on to a potential there, maybe just a 20% chance of that to going into dry conditions or maybe not hitting the ground for you. You'll get back up to the north zone where you're seeing dry conditions for Ladysmith. That's been like that for the last couple of days. Then back down to the south. Here you get into Eau Claire, you've got a shower or two working your way. You've got this coming in with the cloud shield back again, trying to lift up to the north by Red Wing as well as Winona and La Crosse. But you can see not much rainfall trying to get into the region there associated with that as well, crossing the river. We'll also find ourselves with this cloud cover still holding on, but drier conditions now as we finish out the evening commute. So not looking too wet for your 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. time slot there. We'll also find ourselves getting into drier conditions on 10 o'clock time slot here, but it even says Eau Claire might pick up something, but I suggest it maybe kind of pushed already through, and that went to Marshfield, and it's pretty much done there. You'll also find clearing skies going to the overnight hours for Thursday. Once we get into at least the 7 a.m. hour time slot, you're seeing temperatures in the 60s, so we are cooling down in the morning hours, still feeling pretty comfortable. By 10:30, remember we were in the 80s by then? Well, now we're seeing some 60s and 70s, so we continue to cool. Thursday, mostly you've got the low to middle 70s up to the upper 70s as well, so widespread 70s. Friday is showing you mostly mid to upper 70s in the forecast there, and of course sunnier skies. Rain amounts maybe 1/4 of an inch or less in the forecast. That seems to get a little bit less every time I show you now. Wednesday also mostly 70s widespread here, getting to those low to middle 70s, possibly upper 70s, a little closer to us. Rainfall is pretty much meager for the next few days going into the weekend as well. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we may see a 20% chance of that showing back up, as you can see here in your forecast, with temperatures in the upper 70s to around the low 80s. And then by the time we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, we have those middle 80s on the way. Back to you.
Still to come, the CDC has a new director who's taking charge of the nation's top health agency, and the Trump administration proposing changes to a rule that linked climate change with public health risks.
Coming up in the Blitz, are you ready for some football? The Badgers returned to Platteville yesterday for day 1 of camp. Kate Overton has the reports after this break.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Maxwell White, done right.
Looking to remodel your bath or shower? Call the professionals at Maxwell White. Our trained and licensed technicians will come to your home and install or replace your unit in as little as 1 day, taking care of you and your home with speed and efficiency without sacrificing quality. Let the professionals at Maxwell White tackle your next bathroom project.
786-4004.
Now offering financing on repairs and projects of all sizes.
Drive your story with a new Ram. Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends July 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Confidence isn't given, it's built. One choice, one moment, one step at a time. How you feel is how you play. It starts with a click. Invisalign.
So what's new at Macy's this week? 2 words. Abercrombie Kids. Here just in time for back to school. Also, the smartest new looks from Jordan and Levi's. There's always something new when you shop at Macy's.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stop the bus.
Best summer ever! Keep the fun.
You all need more of it in our lives,
yes.
right?
I had a crush on you. I had a crush on you, too. I wish you would have told me. So many ways to elevate the summer. Meet a friend. Create adventure. Try everything. Such a weird, cool mosaic.
Make this a feel-good summer. Spend it with Drew.
Take that chance.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, before you know it, college football game days will be back, and the Badgers are coming into this season with some unfamiliar expectations. Our own Kate Overton was at the first day of camp, and he has more.
It's a busy day here in Platteville as the Wisconsin Badgers are starting day one of training camp. Coach Luke Fickell in his third year on the job as he and the rest of the Wisconsin Badgers will look to get back to a winning season and back to a bowl game. It's always a tough mission leaving home base, but the anxiety and unknown is something that Coach Fickell lives for.
To be honest, I don't know whether this is year 24, 25, 26, 27. Of being a coach, not even to GA, and you still are up at 2:30, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because there is a anxiety. There is that just what that comes along with starting.
Day one of camp, certainly not the most physical day. You can't necessarily win your job, but you can learn a lot about your team.
Got out of it what we wanted to get out of it. Now we got to continue to move forward. That's the thing. Day one, it's not like you're winning anything on day one, but you can't put yourself in a bad position and create some bad habits.
It's going to be as tough as it gets for the Badgers, a gauntlet of a Big Ten schedule, a bunch of people counting them out, but the team is staying focused and is ready for the challenge.
You want to be at the top of college football, you want to be at the top of the mountain, you got to go through the top competition. And we obviously have that on our schedule. There's a lot of good opportunities, so I think, we're excited for all of it, but I think obviously, we got our eyes set on August 28th or whatever it is when, game one rolls around, and then we'll take it one game from time there and keep it rolling.
Billy Edwards Jr. will be the man behind center to start the year, a transfer from Maryland. He'll have guys like Vinny Anthony to throw to, along with 3 running backs who will all share some touches. There's still plenty of things to figure out on both sides of the ball, but that's what training camp is all about. Wisconsin will be here in Platteville for the first 2 weeks of training camp before returning home to Madison to finish things off. They'll kick off the season on Thursday, August 28th, when they'll face Miami of Ohio, looking to get their first win of the year. Reporting from Platteville, Kate Overton, News 8 Now.
Thank you very much, Kate. And Brewers with an important win last night to lock up a series victory over the Cubs. They'll go for the sweep later at 1:10. That'll do for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
We're celebrating Home Furniture's 51st anniversary. Right now, get our best finance offer ever and pay no interest until 2030. Get this sectional for just $19 a month, or pay cash and get an extra 10% off, just $8.99. The 51st anniversary sale, now at Home Furniture.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
I chose Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben because there was a level of experience that I knew that I could rely on.
In every case, we bring an experienced legal team to work on behalf of our clients.
I would absolutely recommend Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben for their phenomenal service, for their compassion, and for their level of expertise.
Call or visit Schwebel.com.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on this Silverado, plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value, plus $5,250 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax, we're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. It lasts a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealands is perfect for muddy feet
and waterborne fights.
Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
For over 40 years, LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stop the bus.
Hit or miss showers for the forecast today. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake triggers tsunami alerts from Japan to Alaska. We'll give you an update this morning. And the push for more public security cameras in La Crosse. Wyatt City Foundation wants to ramp up surveillance by the river. Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne is laid to rest in England today. We'll have more on the funeral procession for the Prince of Darkness. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, we will start by sending it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He is tracking the weather for us on this Wednesday. Hello.
Hey, Alexandra. How we doing? We're holding on some hit or miss showers, as I mentioned before. You can see most of them came through earlier this morning, pressed through Prairie du Chien, and then all the way down to Dubuque, Iowa, with some really breezy and gusty winds. 55 to possibly 60-mile-per-hour winds were showing up in some locations today. We'll also find ourselves holding on to this track still lingering. You get it to Waterloo, it gets to Prairie du Chien with the lighter stuff, possibly maybe a storm or two. And some areas up here locally farther northward, well, not looking too keen there. We're holding on to winds that were at least up to about 12 miles per hour earlier this morning, possibly 13 by Prairie du Chien. But you're seeing the forecast here holding on to these wind gusts that I've been showing you and talking to you about, from 23-mile-per-hour wind gusts and then tapering down officially here at 17 for Decorah and 17 for Prairie du Chien. Not so much for La Crosse like we had the other day, like a 61-mile-per-hour wind gust. Holding on to air quality alerts, that's in right now for this particular time slot for today, going all the way into Saturday around 5 o'clock for unhealthy for sensitive groups out there. So there's some smoke and haze, and it'll get into your throat. You'll probably feel it, possibly in your nose as well. Current temperatures, well, we have some temperatures from 60s all the way to the 70s, possibly to at least the middle to near middle 70s for La Crosse at 73 degrees. You're also getting into 60s and 70s right now for the dew point. So we are trying to cool you down. For your highs for the day, this is what I've got going on for you. 77 for La Crosse, 78 for Eau Claire, down to Prairie du Chien at 74 with all that rainfall. But once you get up to the north, you're seeing more of those upper 70s with potentially for more low to middle 70s as you get into some areas like Sparta and Prairie du Chien. I should say also by Black River Falls. So once we get in the forecast, I'll have more about this coming up for you in a minute, so please stick around.
An 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit off Russia's coast last night, one of the strongest quakes ever recorded, the highest magnitude since 2011. The earthquake triggered a tsunami in the northern Pacific and warnings in Alaska, Hawaii, and other coastal areas around the world. As we take a live look at Tokyo, Japan, you can see all is calm now. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has downgraded the tsunami warning for the state of Hawaii to a tsunami advisory. Jared Hill reports.
In Honolulu, a scramble to seek higher ground. Waves crashed on empty beaches as warnings echoed.
The roads are full, people trying to move. We ask you to stay calm, cooperate, and get to high ground.
We decided to go to elevated ground, and it's kind of just where it's taken us so far. We've passed a couple other gas stations that you can't even get in them. Tsunami
warnings and alerts were issued from Hawaii to the entire west coast of the U.S. after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit off Russia. Officials warned waves could reach up to 10 feet, prompting boats in the Honolulu area to head out to sea. After night fell, there was isolated flooding and areas where the water had receded.
So far, we have not seen a wave of consequence, which is great relief to us.
Hours earlier, a tsunami more than a foot high was detected in over a dozen parts of Japan. Officials warned bigger waves are possible. Some people sought safety on the tops of buildings. The massive earthquake that triggered the waves shook furniture in far eastern Russia. Emergency responders rushed to a damaged kindergarten after the front of the building collapsed. No children were reportedly inside. Jared Hill, CBS News.
So far, there are no reports of serious injuries from the earthquake. Strong aftershocks have also been recorded. And closer to home, the man accused in a shots-fired incident at Pettibone Park is bound over for trial. Jared Duddles pleaded not guilty to 6 charges related to the incident, including recklessly endangering safety. Duddles allegedly aimed a gun at someone at the park and fired it toward the river. A Home Depot supervisor is accused of sexually assaulting a teenage employee. Felipe Vasquez Rodes allegedly assaulted and exposed himself to that employee in a parking lot. He was placed on administrative leave and faces 3 felony charges. He's held on a $2,000 cash bond. The push is on to install more public cameras in La Crosse. If you've been downtown La Crosse, you've likely seen police cameras. The city currently has a network of 90 cameras throughout, but a local foundation is hoping to add more near the Mississippi River, as News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains.
The La Crosse City Vision Foundation is looking to expand their network of cameras. The SafeCam project was started in 2013 after police had to rely on private cameras during an investigation.
If it wasn't for his camera, it wouldn't have made a difference in capturing.
The city currently has a network of 90 cameras. 72 of those were purchased by the foundation, the others belonging to local businesses. Gross says the cameras have helped the La Crosse Police Department solve a number of crimes.
Just a few years ago, we had several people that was shot in a pizza place. Our cameras actually captured the person's face and the car with the license plate.
But after a UWL student fell into the Mississippi River in 2022, the foundation decided to launch SafeCam Phase 2. Last week, 22-year-old Elliot Hines went missing along Front Street. Police spent 3 days looking for Hines, who was eventually located downstream near Brownsville, Minnesota.
At least they would be able to say exactly where the person went in to the Mississippi. I can't tell you that the cameras is going to solve that problem, but it is going to assist the police department in, rescuing and bringing them back.
The foundation now wants to add 5 to 6 cameras near the river. The only thing standing in their way is a $50,000 price tag.
They work very hard to do everything they can for our community. So having cameras for them to assist them capturing, I think is very important.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
If you'd like to donate, you can find a link or an address on our website. Governor Tony Evers stopped at Rudy's Drive-In in La Crosse to talk politics and its future. During a roundtable, local leaders and community members said they want more attention on housing and mental health. Evers is using the tour to decide what to prioritize during his final year and a half as governor. He said his decision not to run again was one of the hardest he's had to make.
It was a decision that my wife and I and kids, we had good conversation, and I just came to the conclusion that after 50 years I need to spend some time with them.
He said he doesn't want to endorse any candidate until after the primary. The Women's Fund of Greater La Crosse awarded a record $117,000 yesterday to 19 programs supporting women and girls. The grants target education, healthcare, legal aid, and support for women leaving abusive relationships.
We funded 19 programs with our $117,000 this year, 19 programs that are providing support in empowering girls to advocate for themselves, sending low-income women through continuing education, and even just providing additional health care to women and girls in our community.
Organizers say the funding addresses ongoing challenges women face in the La Crosse area. The popular Upper Hickson Pump Track just got a major upgrade. The Outdoor Recreation Alliance completed an expansion based on community feedback. New features include expanded start areas to reduce congestion, a drop zone with 3 skill levels, and a dedicated intermediate jump line. There's also a new all abilities skills area to help riders practice balance and turns.
Pump Track allows you to experience little snippets of those features in a safe area that is easily repeatable, so those skills can develop faster than naturally. It also gives you the confidence to tackle the other trails in our trail system.
The expansion is now open to the public. The 33rd Freedom Honor Flight is set for September 13th. The organization flies La Crosse area veterans to D.C. and back. So far, more than 3,200 have taken the flight.
Our first flight cost an inclusive $130,000. Very doable for us in the early stages.
But the upcoming flight will cost $185,000. There's also 650 vets on the waiting list. You can donate online at freedomhonorflight.org. In your morning medical news, the Senate has confirmed Dr. Susan Monarez to lead the CDC. She's a microbiologist and infectious disease expert who served at several federal health agencies. She was nominated after President Trump withdrew his first choice. Monarez has distanced herself from some Trump administration directives like mass layoffs at the CDC and proposals to eliminate certain programs. The EPA plans to repeal a 2009 finding that linked human-caused climate change to public health risks. The finding has been the legal foundation for regulating greenhouse gas emissions from vehicles and power plants. The EPA administrator called the proposed reversal the largest deregulatory action in U.S. history and referred to climate change as dogma rather than science. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He has an update on our morning commute.
Okay, so here we go. As I mentioned, hit or miss showers possible. We get to the 7 a.m. hour, the possibility of a shower not out of the question. We're also holding on to cloudier skies by the 9 a.m. hour as well, getting into the 1 o'clock hour. More showers possible. Now, we're not seeing much in the way of storm activity for La Crosse, but we still have a hold on some locations that could get a storm or two in the forecast. Not so much for Eau Claire either. You've got the cloudiness, you've got the potential, but not so much the moisture really to get down to the ground and help you get a storm or two to finish the day out today, make it a little bit cooler out there. But we're holding on to at least temperatures in the upper 60s to the middle 70s. Yes, we are getting cooler today, but that's the only time I've been mentioning cooler for today. And why? Because, well, tomorrow, not much change. Not much change to go into a Saturday, but you may see it go up a degree or two. You may see that happen or so as we go right into Sunday as well as Monday. So I'm not talking cooler anymore. I'm just talking about a gradual positioning and changing and losing the humidity in our forecast. So that's going to help us out. We'll also go into the forecast for folks mowing the lawn. You have a yellow light today, getting into a green light for Thursday and Friday. So if that's when you can do that, that's the best time because we still have the hit or miss shower potential. We're also showing on winds still holding on to about 8 to 9 miles per hour. They're light, but you have a shower potential for La Crosse. Eau Claire, as I mentioned before, still a 20% chance of that occurring. And as we finish out over the next few days, well, rainfall amounts kind of look meager. This will pop in a few minutes. There you go. So about 1/4 of an inch or less in your forecast. Back to you. All right, coming up in your Buzz Report, we've got singer Billy Joel opens up about the rumors that he was arrested for a DUI in the past. Well, we get to the bottom of that after the break, so please hang on. We'll be right back.
Up to 58% off list at the huge anniversary sale at Slumberland. Lots of big deals, like these stylish sofas for just $5.99. Don't miss the Sealy mattress for just $3.99. The huge anniversary sale at Slumberland.
We know, like, if we help one person and if we impact their life and have such a positive influence on them when they're coming in here working on sometimes the hardest thing for themselves that they can do, and they can then help the next 3 to 5 people that they encounter, our reach goes more.
Are we looking to enjoy time with our family? Are we looking to get up and down off the floor with our grandkids? Are we looking to go travel and experience retirement a little bit differently? We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
Head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Get ready, Hillsboro. It's the event of the summer, the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull, August 8th and 9th. 3 thrilling sessions over 2 days with 8 Pro Pulling League classes. Horsepower, dirt flying, and fun for the whole family. Tickets are just $25 and kids 10 and under get it free. Feel the power. Support a cause. Don't miss the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull, August 8th and 9th.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our selection of smart home products from Fight Electric. This battery-powered outdoor camera is completely wireless and easy to set up. Right now, just $64.96 after rebate. We carry a great selection of Hunter ceiling fans. They're perfect for adding light, comfort, and style to any room and can help you save on energy costs. Pick up this low-profile ceiling fan for $94.95 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
News 8, the Salvation Army, and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank.
People come in different sizes. That's why Slumberland invented the Any Size One Low Price Mattress Sale. No matter what size mattress, twin, full, queen, or king, you pay just one low price. Get this memory foam for just $99, only at Slumberland.
All right, as we go into it there, we still have the potential for rainfall for most of us. A lot of it is kind of dragging down into portions of Iowa as well, and then holding on to most of that down to our south along I-90. You can continue to see that. It's trying to get back up to the north along I-90 by La Crosse and getting up to Winona and a possible I-94 for areas by Eau Claire, but right now it seems to be fairly shy of that happening. I've been looking at some other locations and it looks like we could see rainfall possibilities. This is all over the place. So I'm calling hit or miss showers for you today. Widespread 70s in your forecast today. 77 for La Crosse, upper 70s up to the north, low to middle 70s down to the south. And then we've got a little smattering of some areas that are pretty much from the low 70s to the upper 70s in the forecast. We get into this, you can see minimal amounts of rainfall trying to pop into the forecast area here, but you have the cloud cover here still, but it's not pretty thick. You'll also see as we get into it more of that sleeve kind of going all the way up to Eau Claire to try to get the rainfall there, but we haven't seen much rain down on this graphic here at all. So here's the deal. We're going to be losing a lot of the potential for this rain getting into the evening commute. So that's great for folks that are traveling home or going to work by that means. We see the cloud cover get out of the way by the 2 a.m. hour, getting back into your forecast here, showing you for tomorrow, Thursday, just after sunrise, you're looking at temperatures in the 60s, those low 60s. Then you get into the area as you go into the 10 o'clock hour to finish out the morning. Well, you're looking at some upper 60s to the low 70s in the forecast. So much more on the comfort scale for you. We'll go back into it how it looks where you're maybe not getting cooler, but we'll be in the mild. Holding on to these local temperatures, you can see going the middle 70s, upper 70s in the forecast, possibly for going into Eau Claire as you look through the forecast today. And then eventually you've got the cloud cover, but the rainfall trying to get it down to the ground, it looks a little bit different. But this graphic I'm showing now, showing a lot more rainfall. This is what we were seeing yesterday. But of course, you look at that, you can see the temperatures will feel maybe a degree or so warmer on your skin locally today. Getting back up to the highs for Thursday, we're also holding on to the possibility of conditions to play out like this. Upper 70s in the forecast. We'll see that going into Friday as well. Mild, sunny, less humid. And once we get into it here, you'll also see the sky tracker showing you the rainfall potential. You got the cloud cover coming in for 4 o'clock in the afternoon for Saturday. Getting into Sunday by 4 a.m., you're still holding on to the cloud cover, but not much rainfall. Rochester possibly, then crossing the river a little bit, getting towards Winona and La Crosse, maybe for a sprinkle or two. Then once you get into it, Eau Claire tries to get into the mix there, but most of that is down to the south, holding on to that rainfall back for La Crosse again, finishing out as we go into your Monday. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we could see more showers possibly back into the forecast. We'll go into how this all looks over the next few days, my friends, and we'll hold on to this. Temperatures cooler today, and then eventually staying put as we go into temperatures bumping up maybe up to 79 degrees for tomorrow. Then more 70s. You can see those upper 70s to the low 80s going all to the weekend with warmer conditions coming in for the middle portion of next week.
In your Morning Buzz report, music legend Ozzy Osbourne gets a hometown farewell today. Birmingham, England will honor him with a funeral procession through the city at 8 a.m. Eastern. The procession ends at the Black Sabbath bench and bridge, where fans have been leaving messages and flowers. The Crazy Train singer died July 22nd at 76, following years of health struggles. His death came weeks after he reunited with Black Sabbath for a concert in Birmingham. And Billy Joel sets the record straight about his car crashes. In a new HBO documentary, the 76-year-old stresses that he's never been arrested for DUI. He admits to several car crashes over the years, but says they were linked to road conditions or his mental state. He says he went to rehab in 2005 after his then wife gave him an ultimatum. The new documentary features the legendary singer-songwriter behind the hits like Piano Man and Uptown Girl.
What do you mean, Larry? We were together a week ago.
Well, a lot has happened in a week. You died, I died. I just been reunited with both of my dead husbands, and I have to pick where to spend eternity.
Who would you?
Who would you choose for your afterlife companion, your devoted husband for more than half a century, or your first love who died young and has been waiting for you? Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner star in Eternity in theaters in November.
You a virgin?
Oh, you are hilarious. This is good.
You're a virgin!
It is the 20th anniversary of the 40-year-old virgin. To celebrate, Universal is releasing the comedy for the first time in 4K Ultra HD August 12th. And on August 22nd, it's re-releasing the movie in theaters for 1 week only. The Judd Apatow directed comedy grossed $177 million when it was first released in 2005. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Addie's turning 8. She loves to do gymnastics and play with her stuffed animals.
And Izzy is also turning 8. He loves to go fishing. He's got a big one there, and playing Minecraft.
Right on. Joyce is turning 88. She loves to weave and sell her rugs at the craft fair.
And Ron is also turning 88. He likes to hunt and play euchre.
All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Coming up. Time to stock up on deals at Fleet Farm's Truckload Super Sale, July 31st through August 3rd. Get a Blackstone 28-inch Omnivore Griddle Bundle for just $269.99. Our own 24 packs of drinking water are 4 for $10. A WorkMax linkable 30-inch LED shop light is only $6.59. And 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed are just $18.99. Head to your local Fleet Farm to haul away truckload savings. And check out our weekly ad for even more deals at fleetfarm.com.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
So what's new at Macy's this week? 2 words. Abercrombie Kids. Here just in time for back to school. Also, the smartest new looks from Jordan and Levi's. There's always something new when you shop at Macy's.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get Employee Pricing Plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends July 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
The Brewers are coming to the Coulee region.
And there she goes!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
A grand slam for Christian.
The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 now.
We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stop the bus. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A 4,000-year-old handprint will soon be on display for the public. Cambridge University researchers recently found the handprint on a soul house inside of an Egyptian tomb. The Fitzwilliam Museum says these clay models were used for offerings and provided a place for a soul to live. The soul house is part of the Cambridge Museum's Made in Ancient Egypt exhibition opening in October. Time for your morning news now. An 8.8 magnitude earthquake off Russia triggered tsunami warnings across the Pacific. Waves up to 5 feet hit Hawaii, forcing evacuations. Nearly 2 million people evacuated in Japan. The U.S. West Coast under tsunami advisories this morning. A Home Depot supervisor is accused of sexually assaulting a teenage employee. Felipe Vasquez Rodas allegedly assaulted and exposed himself to the employee during her break. Vasquez Rodas was placed on administrative leave and faces 3 felonies. He's held on a $2,000 cash bond. Governor Tony Evers stopped at Rudy's Drive-In in La Crosse to talk politics and his future. He met with local leaders and community members who said that they want more attention on housing and mental health issues. He's using the tour to decide what to prioritize during his final year and a half as governor.
It was a decision that my wife and I and kids, we had good conversation, and I just came to the conclusion that after 50 years I need to spend some time with them.
Evers said he doesn't want to make an endorsement until after the primary. The Women's Fund of Greater La Crosse awarded a record $117,000 to 19 programs supporting women and girls. The grants target education, healthcare, legal aid, and support for women leaving abusive relationships.
We funded 19 programs with our $117,000 this year. 19 programs that are providing support in empowering girls to advocate for themselves, sending low-income women through continuing educations, and even just providing additional health care to women and girls in our community.
Organizers say the funding addresses ongoing challenges women face in the La Crosse area.
All right, up to the north, we're looking at maybe 1/100 of an inch or so or less. By La Crosse, we could possibly see maybe about, we'll call it about an inch and a quarter. And then down by Prairie du Chien, it's showing about maybe 2 inches of rain. That's what this forecast is saying for the next couple of days. I'm saying I may have to maybe hold off on mowing your lawn today, but do it Thursday and Friday. And then this is what's going to happen. We've got, again, potential for showers and maybe a storm. Gradual cooling for today, and then eventually we're going to see temperatures holding on to the 70s and the 80s, holding on to at least some smoke and haze for the next few days, going into drier conditions for the weekend, as you can see, right Saturday by 5 p.m. We'll hold on to maybe some increasing showers possibly by Tuesday and Wednesday. It's only about a 20% chance, but it's a possibility as we continue to bump up temperatures back to seasonal average.
All right, it looks like a lot of sunshines you got there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, like to see it. All right, well, thank you for waking up with us. Coming up at noon, a new study is warning a fan may not always be the best way to cool yourself on a sweltering hot day. We'll tell you what new research is saying.